Good afternoon, Mark Suddeth, HurricaneTrack.com, here with a video blog for Hurricane and Hurricane HD for Wednesday, May 30th, 2012. Thought we'd start off looking at a little bit of climatology here. These are the points of origin for May 10th through the 20th. And we reviewed this a little while ago, I do believe. There was 9 areas here in the Pacific, 8 in the Atlantic side. We'll have to add another one here for the Atlantic for Alberto, and another one down here for the Pacific for Aletta. Then, when we move through the next 10 days, the 20th, 21st through the 31st, those numbers do increase, as you would expect here, across the Pacific and also in the Atlantic. This time period, too, we need to add Beryl, and then eventually Bud, which came into Mexico, Beryl, which of course came down into the southeast and is now heading out, getting ready to head out to sea. That is what climatology is. It's made up of this long-term weather and these different points of origin over the last 100 years. You add it all together, and that's what we call climatology. Looking at Beryl right now, tropical depression might be getting ready to make it back to tropical storm strength as of this recording, but it won't matter. It's going to head out into the Atlantic, maybe bringing enough southerly flow around Bermuda, which is out here, to increase the clouds and a little bit of rain showers, but I doubt it, and it certainly wouldn't be anything significant. You do see some pretty good feeder bands coming into the tropical storm here, and if we look at radar, I say tropical storm, should have said tropical cyclone, the more broad term, technically still a depression, at least when I'm recording this video. Looking at the radar, we can see pretty good bands coming in here to eastern North Carolina, especially along the Outer Banks, the northeast part of the state, up to the tidewater of Virginia, socked in with fairly steady rain, good for the crops, bad for traveling. But west of this line near I-95 corridor, things are drying out, and it should be a very pleasant weekend ahead. In fact, looking at the track here, this will move on out so that by Saturday it'll be way out in the Atlantic, and its influence over the United States will be gone. But you folks down here in the southeast where Beryl affected you, watch for tomorrow, especially very muggy and hot because of all the precipitable water left in the atmosphere, that evaporation going on from all that rainwater that fell. Going to be a very muggy day. Then I think by Friday, Saturday, it should be a beautiful weekend for the southeast. What about the next few weeks ahead as we get into the official part of the hurricane season, June 1st? The brown areas generally mean no, not looking for development, and this is the current analysis, so things are not very favorable. The next 5 days, still not very favorable, even less favorable as we get out into the June 9th time period. Something fell down in my office. I'll have to go see what that was. Really just not looking favorable for the first part of the hurricane season, maybe around mid-June. Maybe. This is far out in time. We would be looking in that area in the Caribbean Sea anyway, so we'll see what happens. Around the mid part of June might be a very small window of opportunity in the Western Caribbean for something to develop. If it does, we'll be right on top of it, and you'll be in the know because you have this great app to keep you informed, right? Right. All right, I am Mark Suddeth. Thanks for watching for HurricaneTrack.com, my website. Glad to contribute to Hurricane and Hurricane HD, that wonderful apps plural, and actually Hurricane Express as well. Until tomorrow, have a good rest of your Wednesday, and we'll speak again tomorrow.